As if taunting the West, Russia released footage today of its forces riding in triumph through Douma. Its diplomats went on to claim that an alleged chemical attack by Syrian government forces last weekend was actually staged by Britain, and no one had died or been injured.
We have evidence that this was a false flag operation spearheaded by those who promote Russophobic ideas.
But at an emergency session of the UN this afternoon, America's ambassador said the world knew who was to blame.
We know who did this. Our allies know who did this. Russia can complain all it wants about fake news, but no one is buying its lies and its cover-ups.
Britain's ambassador also hit back, saying the outrage over Douma was nothing to do with being anti-Russian.
To stand by, to ignore the requirements of justice, accountability and the preservation of the non-proliferation regime is to place all our security, not just that of the Syrian people, at the mercy of a Russian veto. We will not sacrifice the international order we have collectively built to the Russian desire to protect its ally at all costs.
In Damascus, chemical weapons inspectors from the OPCW were today preparing to visit Douma. The World Health Organization has already said it believes these images of children suffering after a gas attack last weekend are genuine. Here, Jeremy Corbyn claimed Theresa May was simply following the United States with no sense of where its policy would lead.
Well, she appears to be waiting for whatever Donald Trump decides to do, which I think is not a particularly positive message. It's better to work as hard as we can to prevent a further bombardment than to merely propose bombing, which could well extend the war.
Tonight, a few dozen protesters outside Downing Street had much the same message for the Prime Minister. But those protests may be premature because tonight it's not at all clear what Donald Trump's policy on Syria actually is. For all his tweets, his defence secretary does appear to have reservations about launching a military strike. Theresa May does have her cabinet signed up to that idea, but many MPs who'll return here to Westminster on Monday are much less sure.